This is Greg with 31 Events and Calendarsnack.com. Thanks for stopping by. Today's July 23rd. I'm going to go ahead and get through this as quick as I can. You can see here that in this first slide, under the Calendarsnack, we serve up code for MailChimp, landing pages, and web forms. We track that, what we call in reporting, under a multi-channel tracking system. You can see here we're counting the calendar receipts from our code for the calendar invitations that are sent for MailChimp, landing pages, and web forms right here. That's all we do in the free product. The enhanced product is called Power Bar. Within that, there'll be other features I'm not going to talk about today. The core to our free technology is to understand that we provide rich, detailed reporting for the RSVPs. That means we're talking with our technology to your customers' calendar clients. That means the calendar invitation is going to your customer, they're receiving it, and it's going to stick to their calendar overall. And when they communicate with their calendar on their side for yes, no, maybe, we collect that data called a calendar receipt, and we show it to you here in the count portion of the free Calendarsnack. So with that said, there are three pieces of technology we embed into MailChimp, landing pages, and web pages. You can see those here. I actually did a Calendarsnack. I took the code for the particular channels and I used them in the particular vehicles to actually get people to show up for my webinar itself. And it's very effective, obviously, under call to action buttons and MailChimp. This here is a landing page. We actually give you a hard URL with all your information in it. So when people put their email address in here and click the yes button, they essentially receive the calendar invitation, and we track that. And then the web page stuff, that code's pretty self-explanatory. That goes into a WordPress-like site. So with that said, how do you get a Calendarsnack? You just copy us off your calendar client. That could be a Google Calendar client or an Outlook client. Seen here, this is Google, create at calendarsnack.com. You can see that we send you the organizer receives a Calendarsnack. When they receive the Calendarsnack in the inbox, all you have to do is click it. And when they click it, they receive the first page. You can see at the top under Create, Send, Count. That's how we move you through the process. So under Create, there is the invitation itself scraped off your calendar. And when you want to test it, we have a simple test button. You just click it once and hit refresh. And you'll see here that under Count, the test invitation was sent to you. It was sent to your email address, and you'll see it show up. We encourage you to click maybe, yes, or no. As you interact with it, you'll get a good understanding of how our technology works under Count, and you can see that we're tracking the calendar receipt. If you've done this once, then we encourage you to do it again, because it's just good test measurement to make sure there's not a typo or anything that's off on calendar and a date and a time. If it is, you want to edit it. We don't do any live editing at all. We encourage you just to go get another Calendarsnack. It's free, it's easier, and it's simpler to understand. So with that said, you're under a yes or no. If you're going to use this Calendarsnack, then we encourage you to move on to send, and that's where our code is for you to actually deploy the calendar invitation themselves. Under send, the first splash page will be this here coming up, and the first button you'll see is MailChimp. So under MailChimp, click the button under grab and go, grab your code, which is here. You take that code, you put it into a MailChimp template right there. And when someone clicks the the call to action button in the MailChimp, they will receive a calendar invitation. So what happens is actually two things when someone clicks. They receive the calendar invitation, and we send them to a notification page that basically says the calendar invitation's on their way. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks for clicking the call to action. That is built into our technology. So nothing for you to do but copy and paste the code in there, and you can start using it. We track it on the back end under Count. You can see there specifically under the channel, we're tracking the MailChimp RSVPs in communication to the Calendarsnack itself. So the second piece of code we give you is the hard URL, essentially, for the landing page. You see it right there. When somebody puts their email address in, like Sam right here, he receives a calendar invitation and then the landing page notification. Those two things are built in to the technology and then the code, and then we track it on the landing page there, right there, excuse me. The third piece of technology we give you is a piece of code for the web form embed. You grab the code, you go to your WordPress, you stuff the code in there. That gives you a small little email box. All this other stuff up here you can do whatever you want with. It's probably the most creative solution in that you need to actually roll up your sleeves and do what you want here. Essentially for this demo, I just copy pasted out the generic information out of the Calendarsnack into the WordPress page, and then I copy and paste it in our embeddable web form code here in the iframe, and it showed up like this. So when somebody puts their email address in this code here, this box, they receive a calendar invitation, they receive a notification, and then we track that independently there on the count engine. You see that there. So the conclusion is we're tracking the channels of MailChimp, web form, and landing pages for you, and each Calendarsnack gets a detailed RSVP tracking piece of technology free. We encourage you to check it out. Thanks for stopping by and listening to me today.